the churning of the ocean, Halahala, and the Amrita. The Devas, luminous and proud, found their strength failing. A terrible curse had drained the light from the three worlds. Immortality felt distant. Their only hope lay in the great, swirling cosmic ocean. They needed the Amrita, the nectar of eternal life, hidden deep within the saltwater depths. But the task was too immense for the Devas alone. They approached the powerful Asuras, their ancient rivals, with a proposal. "Help us churn the ocean," the Devas offered, "and we shall share the Amrita, thus becoming equally immortal." The Asuras, seduced by the promise of eternal power, agreed. To churn the massive ocean, they needed a rod and a rope. Mount Mandara, the mighty mountain, was lifted and placed in the center of the waters. For the rope, they used Vasuki, the great serpent, wrapping him tightly around the mountain peak. The Devas held Vasuki's tail. The Asuras held his head. They began to pull, back and forth, turning Mount Mandara. But the mountain, lacking a base, began to sink into the soft seabed. Panic spread until Vishnu, the preserver, took the form of Kurma, the mighty tortoise. With Vishnu stabilizing the world, the churning continued. For 1,000 years they pulled. Suddenly, a terrible choking haze rose from the depths. Halahala, the world's most lethal poison. It stung the eyes, burned the lungs, and threatened to destroy everything they had worked for. The Devas and Asuras halted, terrified by the destruction they had wrought. They cried out to Shiva, the destroyer, the merciful god of transformation. Shiva arrived, observing the terror. To save all creation, he gathered the Halahala into his hands. Shiva swallowed the poison. He held it in his throat, refusing to let it enter his body, turning his skin blue, the Nilakantha, the blue-throated one. The world was safe. Renewed with awe, the Devas and Asuras pulled again. Jewels, medicinal herbs, and celestial beings began to float upon the waves. Then, emerging from the bright foam, came Lakshmi, goddess of fortune. She was radiant, holding a lotus blossom, a vision of prosperity and purity. The Devas and Asuras alike stopped to gaze upon her beauty, sensing that the greatest rewards were near. Finally, Dhanvantari, the physician of the gods, emerged holding a vessel aloft. Within it sloshed the shimmering golden liquid, the Amrita. Instantly, the alliance shattered. The Asuras, forgetting their promise, grabbed the vessel and fled, intent on keeping the nectar of immortality for themselves. Though Vishnu eventually ensured the Amrita was rightfully distributed, the story of the churning of the ocean remains a lesson. Great endeavors produce great consequences. To achieve something vital, one must face the poison first, remembering the immense, silent sacrifice of Shiva, the balance of the universe, and the eternal grace of Lakshmi.